Oh, so this is my review of AEW Dynamite 27th February 2025 edition. And for me, this was a really weird show. Like, I'm finally catching Dynamite live after a while, after people saying that it's been a great show and all. This just felt a really disjointed show. It's like they wanted things to happen in a certain way, they happened in a different way. Like that Ricochet and Swerve segment. First, like in kayfabe, why would a Ricochet versus Swerve match result in a shot at the AEW World Title? Like John Moxley can go around saying that he doesn't want to fight Adam Copeland, then eventually agree to fight him for the championship. Here he has his own will to select his opponents, but at the same time, opponents are being decided for him in other feuds. And why? Swerve has lost to Bobby Lashley. Clean, by the way. Swerve has lost to Ricochet. You can call it, a low blow win and all that, but the ref didn't see it that way. Ricochet, who has, who has lost a lot of championship matches, or at least, drew a lot of them, who didn't win against Okada. Suddenly, he and Swerve have a match and they get to have a world championship match. The thing is, I get what they're trying to do with the Prince Nana like jacket stuff. Like it holds a lot of value in wrestling lore and all that. But I don't think really it has resonated with the crowd that much, because when Prince Nana said that maybe I'll have to look somewhere else if you don't get me my jacket back, the crowd didn't go like oh and everything. And even this segment, it was like Ricochet first disagreed, then agreed. The way it just happened, it was like, why is this segment going so long? And why did he now agree? Like, it just felt very weird. Same with all the like the Death Rider stuff. Like they're trying to make it look like, oh my god, chaos happening everywhere, but they're like the slowest brawls I've ever seen. Like this was a slow brawl. Like there was no intensity behind it, and it doesn't, bode well for them that the crowd is pretty silent. Even when Willow Nightingale interfered with her, Disney ass music, they were silent mostly. Like the biggest cheer in this segment was when Copeland hit a spear, and when Wheeler Yuta hit her with a kick to Marina Shafir. Even that, like Wheeler Yuta could have stopped himself a while back, before hitting her. This is such a slow as well. The video package was very good, which they showed with the Death Riders and the Copeland stuff, especially like Claudio Castagnoli. I think he has been the best thing of this Death Rider storyline. Like he has played his character to perfection. Like he has been Jason Statham. Like he has been like the silent killer underboss. When he speaks, it looks like they have a mission that he believes in, that he's ready to die for that. Otherwise, everyone just looks like they're trying to play a part. Like John Moxley is trying to be scary. Marina Shafir, she doesn't know any other expressions apart from being a silent mute. And Wheeler Yuta is trying a lot to, be intimidating. They're still having tensions between Claudio and Yuta. Like Yuta wanted to wrap a chair around Copeland's neck, but Claudio was like no, that he was going to go for a concerto, and then they hit like simultaneous concertos to two Death Rider members. And as someone said on Twitter, I think this was supposed to be Derby and this was supposed to be a really big thing. It doesn't feel like a big thing. Like I suppose like in storyline they would have been like Death Riders destroying everyone, and eventually the guy who takes the world championship for him starts destroying them, putting them in the hospital. Like that should be a big thing, but no one cares. Even then you had the opening match was Hangman coming out and then beating up Aaron Solo, the ex-fiance of Bailey, and it's like Hangman is trying to be like a cool badass babyface. The three things that I hate is Avi and everything. Brush. Hangman should not try to be a badass. He just needs to speak the way he speaks. Even that I'm going to like run you over MJF and all that. It just felt so fake the way Hangman said it. You do not talk like that. And MJF like removed his stupid AEW tattoo and all. And then MJF beat up Christopher Daniels, and the crowd reacted. But then I was like, why would he care? Okay, he only Hangman had regret because he didn't like the person that he was becoming because of what he did to Christopher Daniels. But it's not like he has some kind of deep connection with Christopher Daniels apart from that. So I don't get. I thought I was really thinking, who is it going to be? Like, who is Hangman's friend? He doesn't have any friends. Christopher Daniels. And then even apart from them, Harley Cameron and Diana Perazzo finally on Dynamite had a match, and where it was a pretty normal match, and Harley won. I thought that probably Diana would have won, maybe to set up a future, shot against Mercedes, but then Harley won. I don't know what they're going, forward with this, because Harley just lost to Mercedes, so I don't know what is next for either Harley or Diana Perazzo. Like, she lost, probably you'll get Diana. You probably get Harley facing Taya Valkyria next. But to build her up to face who? She lost pretty clean. She got that puppet destroyed as well. Then you had Mercedes with some Japanese wrestler that I don't know of. This segment was the worst segment on AEW television this week. Like, Billy Starks from Ring of Honor came, and Mercedes Moné insulted her. And first of all, like, your acting is so bad, Billy Starks, and you look like a bitch. You called her a bitch, but you look like a bitch. Like, she spilled all that to you, and all you have in response is that you are a bitch, and you did nothing. And then the Japanese girl from the back came with some, like, a wrench or something, and Mercedes ran away, and they had like an awkward, like, holding each other pose to the TV for too long, and then it ended. Like, Billy Starks looked like a goof, and Billy Starks, from what I have heard, like, she's in one of the more focal points of Ring of Honor television with Athena and all that. Probably this will lead to Athena probably coming to AEW on the main show instead of the down in the doldrums in Ring of Honor. But I don't know what is happening. Even that video package, it just felt like this is so, we want to give something to Mercedes. Mercedes, like, get one of these Japanese girls that I want to face, like, get her a video package, and what, in a week, in 2 weeks, they're gonna face each other. And who cares? I don't think anyone cares. Everyone knows Mercedes is gonna win. Like, who literally cares? Like, they just announced that someone won a tournament. They were not like showing highlights of that tournament every week. They showed, like, when the tournament was over, oh yeah, she has won a tournament. Like, okay, at least show the highlights every week. Have snippets by Mercedes every week, that okay, this, but no. The women's world championship, both of them did nothing on the show. You had promo packages, like, you're putting them on Collision maybe to make Collision more important, but still, even if you want to make Collision more important, Dynamite is your main show. You should have had Maria do something here, but they didn't. Then I thought Megan Bain was going to be on the show. She was not on the show. Brian Keith and Osprey had a really good match. It's just that in context of everything, like, why did that, I liked how much time Brian Keith got in this match. Even though people have their qualms that, why is Osprey going, 50-50 with henchman number 3, but this really showed how much talent Brian Keith really has. Don Callis and Chris Jericho made a deal that, to take care of the Osprey problem and all that. So they were not able to take care of the Osprey. Another thing, Kenny Omega is not on television. You had the Outrunners versus, the Murder Hawks or the Murder Monsters, where Outrunners won because of Hurt Business, coming out, Murder Monsters getting distracted. I think Hurt Business's tag team title reign is going to be much more, bi-weekly tag team title defenses, because they really don't have any, like, major tag team where they can have like a tag team title feud. And I think that is where you'll probably get the best of the Hurt Syndicate. where they have like a feud for the title rather than bi-weekly defenses, because that's what they're trying now. Probably the outrunners will face them next week, and they'll win. You'll have Murder Hawks interrupt or do something after the match, and then they'll face them at Revolution. But what they need is a long term feud, because that is where the best of them come out. Like, you if you want to like capitalize on them, rather than just them being like defending champions, you need to add some more meat, you need to add some more story into that. You had that with the Guns, but you immediately in their return put them up against the Hurt Syndicate in a title match. That team should have been the team like who slowly rose up from the ranks. Like, Hurt Syndicate should have refused, and then you have like a good like 2 3 4 month program with them, the Guns and the Syndicate. But they didn't do that as well. You had Konosuke Takeshita versus Orange Cassidy. It had great falls. I think match was overall fine. Like, it was not nothing great, but the near falls were really good. And in the end, Konosuke Takeshita won. He's so cool, man. They should do more stuff with him, more stuff with substance, rather than him being just another part of the Osprey, another part of the Don Callis family, like rung of the Don Callis family. You know, after the Osprey match, you had a brawl in the crowd as well, which wasn't really a brawl. We didn't really see much. Then the security carried Kyle Fletcher to the back. So building up to their cage match at Revolution. Apart from that, if I have missed some stuff, like, I don't really care much. The thing is, things happen, and I have talked about the things that I remember. Maybe I missed stuff. You can tell that to me in the comment section. But this was 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5 Dynamite. So that was it for me for today. If you like this helpful content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, share it with those who do. My social media links are in the description, which are my Twitter and Instagram links. Go follow me. My UPI ID link is in the description, which is shareboy@OKICICI. So go donate any amount of money which you can, so that it can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you, goodbye, Anuga.